Wow. At least it's not as tense as last time. I guess this time we're filming with no lunch.
Well, maybe if someone hadn't gotten mad and pushed the grill into the pool.
Well, maybe if somebody wasn't complaining that her chicken tasted too chickeny.
Yeah? Well, you ruin every Friday the 13th.
You ruin the 13th of everything!
Well, I'm glad you guys have been married for more than a decade, but I'm starting to think you might not be right for each other.
How dare you? This is a man who did almost a week of film school, a day of editing class, and now has a YouTube channel with just over 300 subscribers.
And my wife may not be the nicest woman in the world.
But...
No, I'm done.
And that was just 10 minutes ago.
Do you like fun and adventure? Then sit back and enjoy the Brothers Not Lovers as they discuss all things movies. What's overrated or underrated? What makes you go really? Or how dare you? Or even just simply how funny this movie can be. You have the insightful, intuitive Davey, who is awesome. And you have the film bestie, Josh. He's there.
Ah! I'm Davey.
I'm Davey.
I'm awesome.
I'm awesome. Okay, go do your thing, buddy. He's Davey. He's awesome. And I am the film bestie.
I'd be mad, but for once you're coherent enough to introduce yourself.
I don't do drugs.
And this is the Brothers Not Lovers movie review, where we're going to try and do every Saturday the 14th. Some of you may be wondering, why not on Friday the 13th? We're too scared. This film was made in 1989, and it was written and directed by Robert Hedden, produced by Randy Chevalier, made by Horror Inc., and also made and distributed by Paramount Pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
You can't get the adrenaline pumping without the terror, good people.
Now, right off the bat, some of you may be like, wait a second, this is the first Friday the 13th movie you've done, unless I missed all the other ones, 1 through 7. What gives? Why are you starting here? Well, this is his favorite one, and he, let's say, insisted. No, Josh, we have to start with the first one and work our way to number 8.
I want to do number 8. I want to do this one. Good.
Still not doing number 8 first.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't.
No matter what you do, I'm not doing it. We're starting at number 1, and that's final. Don't hold your breath like that. Stop it. Stop it. I mean it. It's... All right. Fine. We will start with number 8, if that makes it okay for you. You happy now?
Hey, man, if it's cool with you, it's cool with me.
Next time we're going with my favorite, the first one. Deal with it!
Ew, that was your favorite?
Yes.
I thought Jason X was your favorite.
It's my favorite Jason movie. We'll get to that later.
That's right.
Before we get started, though, I do gotta ask. Of all the Jason movies, and Friday the 13th movies, why is this one your favorite?
It was a dark night. It was just the two of us best friends in the world. Out there were riots. Golden tickets in 5 bars. But Harold and I didn't care. We stayed home and we watched this movie. He introduced me for the first time to the goodness of Jason and walking bars. It's a nostalgia thing.
You have drank yourself retarded. The movie opens with a teenage couple about to get it on until the guy starts telling the story of Jason.
There was this boy named Jason Voorhees.
You got her naked and now you stop to tell her a horror story?
Smooth, dude. Real panty dropper.
Forget about it, Susie. They're just stories.
Then why did you bring it up? If you hadn't have talked about this, you would have shaved off like 6 minutes of this already too long movie.
Hey!
The anchor Jim had set gets caught on an electrical line. The electrical current travels to Jason and revives his dead body.
Sure. Probably would have worked for John Coffey.
Kind of did the opposite there. Jim leaves and then...
Dude, what just happened?
Got you good, Susie.
Apparently, Dusty Buns should have stuck with singing Never Ending Story to Susie Poo.
Well, Jim's definitely not getting laid. But at least now Jason has a mask. And now... So the moral of this story?
If you're gonna get laid, don't stop to tell stories about guys named Jason. Dude, don't do that joke.
Sorry. Now Jason goes to kill Susie. But instead, he killed her mannequin.
And we can build this world together, stand the sun forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Then we meet the lead of this movie, Rennie, who's about to get on a cruise ship that is way too big for a lake.
Don't start that, dude.
A cruise ship that's heading to New York, even though there is no such thing as a lake that goes from New Jersey to New York.
Dude, come on.
And they're taking the entire graduating class, even though no school would take the entire graduating class across state lines.
Dude, I know this movie has a lot of holes in it. Like a porn star with a lot of piercings. Just let it go, man.
What I'm not going to let go is that analogy. You couldn't have just said Swiss cheese or something?
What does Swiss cheese have to do with holes?
Damn, you're stupid. A teacher, Mr. McCulloch, is actually very upset that Rennie's there.
I'm her legal guardian, not you or anybody else.
His every facial expression says, I'm really trying to hold in a fart.
You know what we haven't had in a while? A creepy old guy, like from the first two movies, the one who gave this ominous warning of doom.
This voyage is doomed.
I will say though, I don't know why they have the guy warning them always be some crazy guy. Like, who would listen to him anyway? The same kind of guy that would tell you that, oh, the Snickers Corporation is going to take over the UN.
It is?
Rennie's love interest, Sean, got her a present.
Sean, I love it.
Yeah, what a great gift. We're going to New York, so I'm going to get you a novelty necklace that I'm sure they're going to have all over New York. Mr. McCulloch, who is not only Rennie's legal guardian but her uncle, comes to speak with her. She asks him not to be upset.
I'm not upset. I'm just concerned.
Of course he's concerned. Look at him. He's totally prairie dogging it.
The reason Mr. McCulloch is concerned is because Rennie is terrified of open water. But she insisted on coming anyway.
Hey, I feel you. I used to be afraid of open bars till I learned what open bar meant. I was like Disneyland.
Facing your fear doesn't always conquer it.
Just ask Natalie Wood.
You said wood. Wait! Dude!
Too soon? Down in the boiler room, JJ goes to play her new guitar. Jason's not a fan.
Everyone hates Winger.
In her cabin, Rennie sees something. Even though her cabin would be way above sea level.
Oh my God, that same image came to me just last night. Stop pointing out the flaws! Oh God.
Two girls, Ava,
Played by Kelly Hu.
Sorry, honey, and Tamara, played by Charlene Martin,
Sorry, hon.
are getting ready to go do some drugs. Just when?
Oh no!
It's alright, it's not Jason.
It's worse. He's going down there just to bust one.
He tells Tamara he'll be coming to her room in 15 minutes.
And so you better have your biology project ready, or I'll be phoning your parents.
Why would she have a biology exam if she just graduated?
Dude, for the last time, knock it off.
Jason goes to a student having a sauna. That kill rocks!
Yes. Rock beats flesh.
He had some rock hard abs.
This is a rocky relationship.
He ordered it on the rocks.
Okay, enough.
She never lets us have no fun.
Excuse me?
Sorry, hon. McCulloch goes to see Tamara's biology exam, and it's a little provocative.
I'd give her an A.
Figured you'd give her a D, but okay. She tries to seduce him.
I'm your teacher, young lady.
I guess this is the teacher's lounge, huh?
Why don't you teach her a little something?
Somebody looks like she's hot for teacher.
Guess that she's a real teacher's pet?
I will kill you.
Turns out Tamara had a nerd named Wayne filming the entire thing.
You can forget about attending any film school.
Oh, you have no idea how right you are. Wayne then takes this moment to confess to Tamara that he has feelings for her.
Let's be sure to get together later, okay?
I just thought, maybe.
Looks like somebody's in the friend zone.
It's a shock that she was just using him, isn't it?
Seriously, man. That's why you need to get yourself a good woman. Like me.
That's not even a real woman.
You know what? If we can live in a society that accepts that people identify as cats, then you can accept my love. It's pure. It's not hurting anyone. Except me. She popped and hurt.
Tamara takes a shower. It's her own fault. You should know better than to take a shower in a horror movie.
Which is why I haven't showered in years. I'm not welcome in most places.
She wishes it wasn't here, but we're related. Sean goes to report this to the captain.
Oh, Jesus. Dad.
The captain is his father.
Don't we learn that earlier in the film?
Yes, but I skipped that. They try to call the Coast Guard for help, but Jason pulls the phone lines.
You know, they say that he's a mindless killer. But he's a man with a plan.
It's very astute of you.
His plan is to kill anything with boobies.
Never mind. Julius wants to regroup and go after Jason.
I'm in charge here.
Yeah, he's so angry.
Wouldn't you be if you've been holding in one in as long as he has?
Fair enough. Ava goes to find Tamara, and while she's looking, she runs into Jason.
Where's Johnny? Where's Iggy? Where's Satch? Where are the surf ninjas to save her?
That was later. This was her very first film. She was gonna die sooner or later. That she had no chance of surviving.
She would have if this was OMG the Sahara movie.
In the party room, Jason gets a hold of her. Her first movie, and she chokes.
You know what? I'd be very upset right now if what his wife is cooking didn't smell so delicious from the kitchen.
You know, if this was 14 years later, she would have clawed his face right off.
Jason versus Lady Deathstrike.
I watched the crap out of that. The guys all split up.
Oh, of course.
To go after Jason.
Of course.
And we start with the nerdy guy, Wayne.
Of course.
JJ? Down here?
Oh, she's down there.
She got her world rocked.
While looking around. Why are you filming this? Since he can't see. Was it Jason?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't beat yourself up, buddy.
Wayne finds Jason.
Would you like to go tree climbing, Wayne? His face hurts. Where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on. He was gonna be an acrobat.
Rennie meets Jason.
Is it anything like Freddy meets Jason?
No.
Okay.
Apparently her cabin is no longer underwater. The pen is truly mightier than the sword.
Good going, Jack.
You really want to go there, Veda?
It still hurts.
Like his face.
I'm not talking about that. If I had just gone into the shop just 5 seconds earlier, I would have gotten that scrumdiddlyumptious and won the golden ticket. Harold would still be alive.
Because of the fire from Wayne's death, an explosion happens. And now the boat is sinking. Get everybody off the ship!
This is where we first met, remember?
Wrong movie.
Hey, remember that crazy You're Doomed guy?
Yeah.
What the hell happened to him?
Go ask him. The few remaining survivors are able to get off the boat and onto a raft and row away and look back at the boat sinking.
I believe that my heart will go on, and I know that my heart will go on. What?
That's not even the lyrics.
It's just setting the mood. Copyright, dude.
Fair enough. Thank you. I do gotta say, though, Crystal Lake is an awfully big lake.
Yeah, just don't.
They've made it to New York. They see the Statue of Liberty, which you can only get to through the Atlantic Ocean.
Stop, man.
So apparently, Crystal Lake leads to the Atlantic Ocean.
Dude, we get it.
Even though the definition of a lake is a large body of water surrounded completely by land.
We get it. We get it, we get it, we get it. It's riddled with plot holes. Don't make sense. There's more holes in this than in Tony Montana. So just say hello to your little friend and watch the damn movie.
As soon as they dock. Apparently, Jason has super speed underwater.
Again. More plot holes. Okay? It's got more holes than JFK. Deal with it.
Even though in like a couple more movies, apparently he's afraid of water. As they're trying to find a phone to get some help.
Everyone shut up and give him the money. Now!
All the darn luck.
The thugs not only rob them, but they take Rennie. The others split up to find her.
Of course they do.
Or a cop. Just as gangbanger number 1 is about to force himself on Rennie. Jason may brutally murder a woman, but he would never force himself on one.
He knows the meaning of the word no.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, he knows no, don't rape me, but not no, don't kill me. Now for gangbanger number 2. Meh. Rennie gets away, so Jason goes after Julius. Julius goes up to the roof.
Of course.
And he has the brilliant idea to try to square off with Jason.
Because he ain't yellow. He's an orange Julius. Seriously?
Why would you try to box Jason?
It's like having a slap fight with Freddy.
Or getting into a tickle fight with Chucky.
Or like getting into a drinking contest with the Leprechaun.
Or like going up to Pennywise and saying, hey, let's clown around.
Or comparing tools with Leatherface.
Or going up to the guy from Hellraiser and saying, hey, let's stick a pin in it. Julius keeps punching until he gasses out, with not one single punch being even slightly effective to Jason.
And now Jason takes his turn.
He could have been a contender.
Hey Julius, don't lose your head. Okay, as sad as that is, important thing to remember, in 80s horror films, usually the black guy died first. Not this time.
Rennie finds Sean, and the two of them find McCulloch, Colleen, and a cop. But now they get into the cop's car, and they find Julius. To be fair, he kind of had a head start.
He gave good head.
Forcing shotgun is not a good way to get ahead.
Too bad he went so young. He could have been headhunted by a sports agent.
If he was going to get in the car first, could have at least given them a heads up.
Or perhaps a head start.
Will you guys shut up?
After Jason kills the cop, Rennie gets into the front seat, and she decides she's gonna drive. Women drivers.
Excuse me?
He made me do it! He made me!
Medusa!
But they'll try to pin that on Jason.
At this moment, Rennie looks at a puddle and starts having flashbacks.
I do that.
Bet you do. She reminisces to a time that she was little with her uncle out in the middle of Camp Crystal Lake, and he picked her up and threw her in to teach her how to swim. And thus, she is afraid of water. Although I gotta say, that Crystal Lake didn't look nearly as big as the one they just came from.
What do I gotta do to convince you that I get it? Okay? There's more holes in this than the rusty fences of Auschwitz. I'm sorry. But it's still a good movie.
Just said, it makes no sense!
You son of a bitch.
To be fair though, back then, that's just how they taught us to swim. Pick you up, throw you in the water.
Swim.
Or how they taught us to ride a bike.
Pedal.
Or how they taught us not to smoke.
Light up.
To be fair, that last one was a really bad idea.
Just keep away from her. Rennie!
Oh, thank God that hot chick's gone. Now we can let loose his Darth farts.
Being alone, Jason comes back.
It's not possible.
None of this movie is possible. In a bit of justice, Jason drowns him. Rennie tells Sean about her parents dying in a car accident.
We do not have time for this.
Not
Don't
really
have
the time for this. See?
Get him, Jason! Get him! Finally, the hero's gonna win.
Let's not start this. And totally characteristic of Jason, as he's chasing them, he encounters some thuggish youths and...
Yo, man, it's cool. It's cool, man.
Shows them his face, but does not kill them. Because Jason doesn't kill random people. Apparently. So Rennie and Sean go into a diner. And of course, Jason follows. The stuntman he threw is Ken Zuringer, the man who would go on to play Jason in Freddy vs. Jason.
So, we just saw Jason vs. Jason? Epic!
Rennie and Sean go out back and it's a dead end, so they go into the sewer.
Of course they do.
And down there, they encounter a worker who tells them they gotta get out of there because they flood the sewer system with toxic waste every single night at midnight.
Less than 10 minutes from now. Come on, follow me.
How convenient.
And I'm sure very EPA approved. As the worker is leading them out...
Yeah, that's why he gets hazard pay, man.
Rennie finds some toxic waste and throws it in Jason's face.
Finally, at long last, we get to see what's behind the mask. Like all the other movies.
Rennie and Sean are about to get out of the sewer with Jason on their tail just as... Sure. Jason dissolves until... he turns into a little boy?
Hey, Dave! What can I do to make you understand? You want me to beg? I'll beg. This is the only thing I know I'm good at. Don't take that away from me. Pop it, Tommy, pop it.
So, Jason is a little boy and now he's dead. So now... they go do some sightseeing.
Maybe she takes him back to a hotel room and shows him page 34.
There you have it. That's Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan.
The greatest of all of them.
This would actually be the last one released on Paramount, although they are trying to release a new one on Paramount, another remake. But the next two in the series, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, were on New Line Cinema, as well as Freddy vs. Jason. Which, funny enough, is why they were called Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, because whereas Paramount sold the rights to the Jason character, they didn't sell the rights to the name Friday the 13th. So, this movie did make a profit with a $5.5 million budget and doing $14.3 million in the box office. However, even though it made a profit, and a fairly decent one, this was the least profitable film in the entire series.
You mean it made less than Jason Goes to Hell?
Yeah. It made less than Jason X.
It made less than the movie Chicago?
Well, all the movies made less than the movie Chicago. That made lots of money. Get over it. And this movie was insanely bashed by the critics, even to a point that, whereas I would not say this is my favorite in the series, not even close, I do think they were a little too harsh on this movie. Like, yes, the stuff that I was throwing out, like a lot of the plot holes, things that didn't make sense, the fact that it was called Jason Takes Manhattan, but hardly any of it was in Manhattan, a lot of that was cited to budget cuts. They were originally supposed to have around a $10 million budget, and it ended up getting cut to 5.5. So most of this had to be filmed not on location, but in Vancouver. They were not able to film that much in New York at all. But to me, they could have fixed that by changing the title to Jason Goes to Manhattan. Because that's really all he did, is he went there.
He didn't even really kill anyone there.
He didn't. That was another thing. They had so many budget cuts that he's surrounded by all these people on a subway, on the street, and he's not killing any of them. It's kind of his thing. He just kills. Randomly.
Maybe he was like a kid in a candy store. He didn't know what to grab first. It was just too good to be true.
Well, no matter what he grabbed in that candy store, it wouldn't have saved Harold. The only critic to actually say this movie was decent was Leonard Maltin.
He was always a good guy.
Said that he felt that this one was the best of the franchise. Again, no, I gotta disagree. But I will say this, whereas I don't agree that it was the best in the franchise, it certainly wasn't by far the worst. Sadly, we'll get to that one. Most of the criticism, though, was that a lot of people felt this movie was way too long.
I don't think it was long enough.
I disagree. It was 100 minutes long, an hour and 40 minutes, whereas a normal one is between an hour and 20 and an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, an extra 10 minutes.
It dragged.
You got somewhere to be?
Maybe not, but it dragged, dude. It really did. It was a little too long.
There was non-stop killing.
Actually, there was a lot of stop killing.
What movie did you watch?
Don't get me wrong, there was plenty of killing in this movie, but there was a lot of in between. Nothing going on.
Don't listen to him.
Even on the reviewing website that I constantly spit on, Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it a score of 12% overall. But normally I kind of ignore that and look at the audience score. But the audience score is only 27%.
Blasphemy!
I will say, though, the man behind the mask, Kane Hodder, who played Jason in this movie, he did have a lot of fun doing the scenes that were set in Manhattan, where he was in Manhattan, simply because of all the spectators around. In fact, he enjoyed it so much that apparently, no matter how hot he got, no matter how tired and fatigued and sweaty he got, he refused to take off his mask in between shots because he was afraid of killing everybody's illusion. Good actor. So ultimately, as far as this movie goes, I gotta give it some credit. It launched the career of Kelly Hu. So without this movie, we would never have had Surf Ninjas.
But then again, we also wouldn't have had the Scorpion King. Man, maybe I should be mad that this movie exists.
But even though, sure, it had its flaws, it had its plot holes, it is still a fun slasher movie, for what it's worth.
A guilty pleasure?
Sure.
And I just want to point out that probably the reason a lot of people didn't like it was because it was doing something different than the other 7.
How so?
The other 7 were all right there on the lake. Campers getting killed after having premarital sex. Because they love premarital sex.
Well, on that note, I could praise number 10 for saying, yeah, it decided to get out of the lake and go to space.
Just like the Leprechaun. And Pinhead. And someday Freddy. Let's make it happen.
Hey, and if someday if I ever get the money, I'm not only taking Jaws to space, I'm taking him to the hood. Jaws 5 in the space hood.
Versus Critters. I would watch that.
Me too. So, whether you're just somebody who likes cheesy horror movies, or you just like horror movies, or you like the Friday the 13th series, definitely I recommend that you do check this one out. Don't let this one slip by. There is like one in the series that if you wanted to skip it, I'd be okay with that. But not this one. So therefore, check out Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Do it for the Film Bestie. So there you have it. That's our movie review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications from when we post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell us what you thought of Friday the 13th Part 8. Tell us which Friday the 13th is your favorite. Tell us if you want more.
Yeah, Rob.
Love you guys.